own vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good Wednesday morning to you. We're here on 9 News Now on WAFB Plus. Thanks for switching on over.
So one of the advantages of this show is actually to continue to bring you some of that breaking news in the moment as that morning gets going. And this morning, it's a traffic issue that Johnny's been following for, oh gosh, like the last 30 minutes or so.
We sent you an alert 23 minutes ago to your phone. He's been watching this overturned vehicle, I-10. If you are headed into downtown Baton Rouge, Johnny, our shot can't even show how far the backups are right now.
The backups actually start before the 10-12 merge, so that's before College Drive, all because of what you were just pointing to on your left side there in the Studio B. It's the overturned vehicle. We've had emergency vehicles come and go, so hopefully injuries are minor, if any. Sometimes these look really scary, but sometimes if you're buckled up properly, even if you flip over, you can be okay, and we're praying that that's the case there. But we are waiting on a tow vehicle, a wrecker. So right now, the right lane is open right there before Louise Street. That's the Louise Street exit. So there's your overturned vehicle. There's the Louise Street exit right there. That overturned vehicle is right before Louise. And again, our backups are well before the 10-12 merge. That's I-10 at the 10-12 merge, or I-12 at the 10-12 merge. And traffic's backed up to Essen Lane on both interstates this morning, as you can see with our interactive drive time map. There's where our wreck site is. It's also slowing down eastbound, inbound traffic from the west, because folks don't see overturned vehicles often, and that's a good thing. But that's what we're dealing with. If you're heading toward downtown on I-10 West, might want to help me help you by giving them a phone call, whoever that might be in traffic, and say, look, get off the interstate when you can and take an alternate route. We know where our alternate routes are, south and north of the interstate. 7:04, not a great way to start any morning, Steve. And if you're in traffic, you're really too warm to roll your window down and enjoy cool weather even.
Yeah, at least the news a little bit better weather-wise. It is warm outside. We're dry, though, so no major issues here this morning. Number of spots low to mid-70s, although New Roads, Opelousas, 68 degrees. Baton Rouge right now checking in at 73. Pretty sunrise shot as the sun comes up over some of the downtown buildings here in Baton Rouge. That's our Skyline view brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. We're going to keep it mainly dry through the morning, so with that it'll heat up. I've got low 90s at noon, highs not shown here, but mid 90s, and rain chances really climbing mid to late afternoon into the evening. Rains might be a little bit late to develop. Let's give you a look at that on Futurecast. So through the morning, not much. This is noon. We see a few showers and storms, mostly along the coast. As we get into the afternoon, though, by 3 o'clock, scattered showers, a few storms showing up, and they continue to develop and move eastward, so that by late afternoon into the evening, pretty good rain chances on the order of 50 to 60%. Those rains mostly die down tonight, although I'm going to keep a slim rain chance in the overnight forecast. We've got a weak front that's draped nearby this morning. That's just going to slowly inch southward. But that's the primary feature. It's going to help to enhance our rain chances. You can see rains breaking out across Texas. A little bit of a disturbance as that moves in and kind of rides along the front. That should give us a better chance for some showers and storms later today. Checking in on the Atlantic, still busy out here. This is Hurricane Lee. Starting to feel a little bit of wind shear and moving into some cooler waters, but still a major hurricane. Hurricane Margot here, that's going to stay over the open Atlantic, and then this disturbance could become Nigel later on this week. But checking in on Lee, this is the forecast track right now. Category 3, 115 mile-per-hour winds. Forecast to slowly weaken, but the trend over the last 24 hours has been to bring the track closer to New England. So you're going to be tracking it closely this weekend, even as it transitions into a non-tropical low. Probably going to be some significant impacts. And then the disturbance farther out in the Atlantic, 80% chance of development, as I said, could become Nigel later this week. Right now, guidance kind of keeps that over the open Atlantic. We'll keep an eye on it. Back here at home, good rain chances later today, so maybe grab that umbrella on your way out. And then tomorrow through Sunday, daily rain chances running 30 to 40%. Still looking at highs low to mid 90s. Next week, we're back to a drier pattern and still looking at highs running a bit above normal. Time now 7:07. Let's get back to Matt and Liz in Studio B.
Steve, thank you. So we've got our eyes on this story, that breaking story out of St. Helena Parish there. School is canceled for today and tomorrow up until Friday, and this all follows a deadly shooting at a school in St. Helena Parish, the College and Career Academy, Matt.
Yeah, so this gets going about 3:30 yesterday afternoon,
Yeah.
right? It is the phone call, it is the text, it is the push, it is the email, it is the alert that nobody ever wants to hear or get. But it's happening more and more often all across the country, state to state, town to town. Everybody at this point knows somebody or lives in an area that it's just happened. And now this happens again. One person killed, 2 more injured, an arrest already made. I remember having the conversation with my wife, and she had just seen that push, hadn't got the alert yet on an arrest made. I said, guess how young this alleged shooter is. 14 years old, an arrest made in this right now, and a community grieving.
The student killed a student. The 2 others injured, students. This is a heartbreaking situation for the St. Helena Parish community. It's a small, tight-knit community, right?
Very.
And so that's why school is canceled, for them to grieve, take this time to process exactly what happened as the investigation into the scene here continues. So Friday is when they're expected to pick that back up, and we're told that grief counselors are going to be back there when kids and staff get back to those schools here. But Matt, the investigation into what happened and why, all still a mystery here as investigators kind of piece through this awful scene at a school. It
happened again, and this time it's our area. We'll keep you updated with the very latest. We want to let you know the very latest here because we've been talking about this story for a long time. Actually, it seems it's a number of days. 79-year-old John Brown shot and killed in his own home over the weekend. Detectives made an arrest.
Yes, they say that they believe it's his son, actually. We have a mugshot for him here. His 30-year-old son is the suspect in this case, Douglas Brown. So what has he been charged with? Well, right now, it's second-degree murder among many other charges, carrying a concealed weapon by a person convicted of certain felonies. Now, Baton Rouge police tell us that they believe that this crime may have been financially motivated here. Douglas Brown, of course, being the son of 79-year-old John Brown. Neighbors and family members spending the last couple of days here since Saturday morning trying to figure out who would shoot an elderly man in his own home.
So that's the very latest. We'll keep you updated with any movement there. So you add all these stories together, violence on top of violence, and then there's this. The video showing just insanity. A shootout going on downtown Baton Rouge. This is early Sunday morning.
It was on Lafayette Street. This is one of the local businesses there along Lafayette Street with bullet holes in the windows. A viral video on TikTok now showing and hearing sounds of gunshots in the air. So thankfully, no one was hit, right? But you have vehicles, you have businesses that have bullet holes through the windows, and now police are looking for the shooter or shooters. Could there be multiple people involved here? Well, city leaders, you've got councilwomen, you've got the Downtown Development District leaders saying downtown Baton Rouge is safe, but we need more police cameras, we need more police officers, especially when we talk about events and things happening here throughout the season.
Well, we needed more people to understand the sanctity of life. Why is this our reality right now? Are you kidding me with all this? And the fact that it just continues to happen in town to town and state to state is ridiculous. So please, if you have any information that maybe can help put these people behind bars, those behind the trigger, it's a phone call to Crime Stoppers at 344-STOP. No one ever knows who you are, guaranteed. They don't want to know, they just want your information. Make the call, see if you can help out. Just ridiculous.
Speaking of keeping people behind bars, the DA, Hiller Moore, joining a number of DAs from around the state, trying to keep violent crime, offenders of violent crime, behind bars. Of course, this contradicts what the governor is looking for, seeking clemency in certain cases. So DA Hiller Moore, joined by a number of family members of victims in these heinous crimes, saying that they're trying to put a halt to these clemency cases. Yeah,
these are death row inmates at Angola. That's what he's focused on right there. The DA saying not so fast with some of this. So this actually this full motion needs to be done in the next 10 days by the judge. And that's just for the Baton Rouge area. There are the person in charge of the District Attorneys Association throughout the state saying more of these are going to pop up around the state. But we'll see here in our part of the world what ends up happening and how that kind of manifests across the rest of the state. We'll let you know. Voter registration deadline today.
Heads up, if you're registering by person or in the mail, you have until today to take care of it. But if you have the opportunity to do it online, or maybe you have that handy GoVote app, you have until September 23rd to make any changes or to register to vote. But remember, in person by mail, deadline is today.
But the important, I want to let you know we got a deadline going on right now for folks who may be in the teaching business. You can maybe get a little bit of money.
How about it? Cox Charities awarding teachers specific grants. We've got the link to the website where you need to apply in bold, golden. We love our web team for making it easy for you to find that. So if you are a K through 12 teacher, teaching assistant, media specialist, they want to give you money to enrich your classroom.
They want to give you money.
Yes. Sign up to apply to see if you in your classroom can get that grant.
All right, this is about to hit it again. Right after 5 returning.
Yeah.
Our Lester Due, who is just a master of ceremonies, is great on the set. Going to be up there kind of emceeing the big event this Friday.
Chris LeBlanc Band kicks off Live After 5 series, the fall concert series, 5 to 8 p.m. in Roar Plaza, downtown Baton Rouge this Friday. It's going to be a grand old time.
Always so much fun.
Grand old time.
Are you a fan of the new Apple product? Apple user, are you a fan?
Yes, I sure am, especially. You see the charging port? Universal USB-C.
They're back to it, huh?
That's it.
Should have never left it?
Well, that would be nice.
What in the world? Look, I'm kind of team Apple just because they got their hooks into me early.
Yeah.
And it's kind of tough to leave. Let's ask the Android guys, as we also continue to follow the traffic situation out there. Team Android, are you excited about the Apple products?
I am, except I'm looking at your iPad. They need to do the C conductor for your iPad too.
Yep.
So until they do that, I'm still Team Android. Yeah.
There you go.
Until they change everything. I like it. I like it.
He's right.
We have team coverage on our traffic situation. If you're heading toward the downtown area, expect bumper-to-bumper traffic from before the 1012 all the way to the point of an overturned vehicle near Louise Street. Brandon Shackelford has repositioned, and we can kind of see the wheels up in the air there on the right side of your screen, bottom right, in that square. Hopefully there were no injuries. We haven't heard yet, but it's overturned, left and center lane blocked right before Louise Street, headed toward downtown.
What a mess.
Yeah.
Are we going to get that rain a little bit later on today, Steve? We got a better chance today, it looks like.
Yeah, especially mid to late afternoon into the evening hours. So still going to heat up today, mid-90s. But keep an eye out for some rain later today.
Good tips to have. The weather app, the news app, keeping you on top of all those headlines. We'll get you another look at that traffic mess on the interstate in just 10 minutes. See you then.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.